You highly welcome back to Heminess Stitches channel. Welcome to our YouTube channel. Thank you guys for being there. Thank you for being supporting us, and thank you for being there for me. I really appreciate you guys. Okay, and I also appreciate all our returning subscribers for being there all this while. Thank you guys very much. Today I want to share with us how I made all this beautiful hairband. You see this Ruffle Scrunchie hairband. See this one, they are small one. I made them by the width is 7 inches while the length is 40 inches. So these are the small one I made with. This one is small measurement. Then I have other ones here that I made with 40 inches by 10 inches. That is the length of 40 inches by the width of 10 inches. So these are the big one. So it's left for you to make a choice, either to make the small one or the big one. You understand? It depends on you. So now I will be showing us how I cut this one. It's a DIY scrunchy hairband that you can make it 5 minutes yourself. So I'll be using this fabric to do that. So what I'll be doing now, I'll be folding my fabric. So here I folded my fabric into two because of the length might be too long for my table. So now I've folded it into two. The next thing, you measure your 20 inches into 2 will give you 40. So now here I have 20 inches, so I'll be marking it like so. Then from this edge I'll just mark down 10 inches. I'll be making the one of the 10 inches. That is the big one. So I'll just mark my 10 inches across my fabric like that. So after marking it like this, then you connect those points together like this. So after done connecting it, cross check my length. So here is my 20 inches. Yes, my 20 inches. So the next thing, now you connect this one to get these points together like this. So after done connecting all the points, the next thing now is to cut it out. So for the length, I have 40 inches here. Now I told us my fabric is unfold into two. So I'm trying to smooth this upper side. So now here is my 40 inches length. Here is it. So the next thing, I will be cutting the elastic casing. That is the one we are going to put our elastic through. So something like this side. The next thing is to cut it. So I will be cutting that one with 15 inches by 4 inches. 15 inches by 4 inches. So the next thing, I will be marking my 4 inches, which is the wideness. I'll be marking the wideness first. that's the 15. So after done marking my 4 inches, then the next thing now is to connect by 4. We have 15 inches by 4 inches. That is our elastic casing. So I'll put this one aside and cut the inner, the one that we are going to use for the ruche of our 40 inches. That is going to be 2 inches. It's going to be 2 inches. So I'll be marking my 2 inches by 15 inches also. So let's connect this place with this long ruler. So after done with this, then you cut it out. Don't forget the wideness is 2 inches while the length is 15 inches. So now after done cutting out our pieces, after done cutting it out like this, so the next thing I will be doing now, this is the biggest one, is going to be the main fabric that will be at top to form a flower. So this one now, we are going to stitch it by 1/2 inch downward. We are going to stitch it all through to this down part. You understand? So when, without closing the edge, we are not going to close the both edge. So then the other one, the elastic casing, this elastic casing, we are going to open a stitch right here and all through. We are going to sew it all through to this place. Then we leave the both edge open. This side is going to be open as well. Then for this one, if you like, you can sew this one. Then if you like, you can leave it like this. You will see how I'm going to do with this. So the next thing, I will go ahead and stitch my fabric together, then I will bring it back to show us what next. Okay guys, I'm done stitching my fabric together. So next thing I'll be doing now, I'll be turning this thing out. You can look for an object that's strong and long to do that. So now I will just use my hand to turn this big one, like I am doing it like this. So just turn it out like that. So I'm done turning it. I'm done with that. Then I'll be turning the second one, the elastic casing. Let me use my scissors to put that one across. You can use pencil, you can use just something to pull it, to push it out. So here is our elastic casing now. The next thing I will be doing now, we don't need to turn this one. It's of no need to turn this one. This one is going to be inside. You might even leave it without even stitching. Next thing, I'll be cutting 7 inches of our elastic band. So I'll be cutting. The wideness is an inch, so now I'll be cutting out my elastic. I'll be cutting 7 inches. That's my 7 inches. So now the next thing I'll be doing, I'll be inserting this elastic inside this elastic casing. This is the part that is going to be at the back of our. If you want to do that, you can use your safety pin. You can use your safety pin to do that, to make it easy and fast. So now you can secure the edge so that it will not fall inside. So now I'll be doing the other edge as well. I'll be securing the other edge as well. So I've pinned the both sides with an with Affy's pin. This is the outcome. So by the time you put your own elastic, you must have something like this. So after done with this, I'll put this one aside now. Then I'll be putting this one inside this big one. Don't forget, this is the one of 2 inches by 15 inches length. The wideness of 2 inches by 15 inches length. So now my safety pin to pass it across the biggest. I'll first secure it at this edge. Can secure it with a pin. I've secured this edge now, as you can see. Then the next thing, I continue passing it across inside the longest fabric. So it's of no need to iron it. So far it's going to be ruchy, so it's going to fold together again. So it's of no need to do that. That is the reason I didn't bother to iron it. So after done with that, I'll be using another pin to secure this edge, just like that. So now when you're done passing that 15 inches across the longest one, you must have something like this, something like this. So now the next thing, after done with that, I'll go ahead and secure the both edges. Then I'll bring it back to us to know what next to do. Good. I'm done securing the both edges. So what the next thing to do now is that put this one on top, put it inside like this. Then you use this both side. You just use it to cover it like this, like this. Then you go and stitch it. I'll be using pin to secure this one. So just like that. So for this side, I'll be doing the same thing. I'll be putting my elastic casing on top of this one like this. Just put it like this. Put it like this. Then you use the remaining fabric at the both sides to cover it like this. Here is the outcome of our hairband. As you could see, I've stitched this side, then I've stitched this side. The next thing now, you just turn it inward like that, like that. Just turn it inward, so it will conceal all the seam and it will make it neat and beautiful. Seam to just turn it inward like so. Then our hairband is ready. So this is the outcome. So if you don't want a big one like this, you could make small one. Please give me a thumbs up for this video. Just give me a like, and don't forget to subscribe to support our YouTube channel. Thank you guys. See you in another class. Bye bye. Bye.